All right, peace, peace, peace. What up? Hopefully, most high house shall is blessing your day by His mercies you don't consume. His mercies is renewed every day, man. But let's not take advantage of that, man, because I need to hear that, man. But I just want to go into this, man, because yeah, man. Hopefully, most high house shall is blessing your day, because you know what? I want to go into this because hold on. Because yeah, the brother I was actually watching the class. She kind of fell asleep towards the end. I actually did fall asleep towards the end of the class on the brother from Assembly of Firstborn last night, and he was going into like he just a little because a lot of times I do as well. Like when you talking about certain things, do a little detours, or start digressing. But he's talking about something with a certain how how he had I don't know how he had a little situation, but pretty much he was going into how he wasn't going to let a certain woman talk to him in a certain fashion. And yeah, man, with that, man, yeah, and also too, man, you gotta do that to brothers, especially that look, we're dealing with, if you're gonna deal with a woman, things in that your land, you can't that disrespect, or you can't let her talk to you because this one is out of godly order, well, in the word out the word, it's like certain way that which one certain way that we should be conducting ourselves. That's why I brought out, we were looking at the Sirach 4:30 the other day, and I was talking about how, listen, even if you're in that position of authority things, and that you can't talk to certain people, a certain, you can't deal with and talk to people, and treat people a certain way, just because that's why it says, what, don't be a lion in your house, and even amongst the people, when you're in that position of authority, or is in your house, or amongst other people, man, you can't just treat them a certain way. But also too, man, um um yeah, it's just it's even if you dealing with a woman, one, you don't talk to her or deal with her a certain way, because and quite a step too, there's a lot of times there have been certain men that got that got rid of a good woman, or they just messed up something they had with a good woman too. So it's not just always the women, but yeah, but also too, make sure that uh you're not constantly being disrespected by a woman, man. This constantly, yeah, that's just not happening, man. That's just not, that you can't have that, man. Even brother Simbi Firstborn, he said sometimes, he said, listen, man, he even said one time, he said, listen, man, and also too, even if it's always address things certain at the jump, I always address things dead it at that moment. Even the slightest snarky or sly disrespect, you don't even have to go off on it. If you're dealing with women, just, hey, listen, I don't appreciate that. Moving forward, can you not do that? Can you not say that, or can you not address me like that from jump? Because women will test, just like it's all a reflection of the Most High, and in your house shot. That's why, with his woman, with us, he said, listen, Ezekiel, he said, listen, I'm with great fury, I'm gonna roll over you, because listen, a lot of times too, because people gonna test the Most High in your house shot to see what they can get away with. It's just like a woman and a child, they're gonna do that. They're gonna see what they can get away with. They're gonna make certain things, you gotta address that from jump. Listen, don't address me in that, man. You always have to snap, go off, go Super Saiyan, or go green, go like the Hulk. But listen, just say, hey, listen, that I will not tolerate that moving forward. If that continues, okay, you can have a nice day. You can be dismissed from my presence. I would dismiss you from I'll remove myself from your presence, or you can be dismissed from my presence. That's another thing too. But yeah, but he was just going into how he's not going to let certain and that's the same thing. This when you're in the word, out the word, letting how a woman talk to you. But this kind of led me to this, because I had this down a while back, man. That's just goes into that's why I was talking about the mercies, and the patience, the long suffering. That's who the Most High Yahweh, that's who they are, man. Because actually, I was just thinking about this from another angle, man. How how natural, man. Well, let me just get this real quick, so hopefully y'all understand where I'm going with this, man. Because because I want to look at this scripture, right, and hopefully y'all see where I'm coming from with this, because I don't want to make it seem like with Yahushua, no, one, Yahushua is the most wisest man, Matthew 12:42, to ever walk the earth. There's nothing, he is wisdom. This is what it is. So I'm just read this. Hopefully y'all see where I'm going with this. First, but I'm looking at this scripture in another angle. It says First Ezra chapter 4 and 26, it says, "Yea, many there be that have run out their wits for women, and became servants for their sake." So yeah, it says many that have ran out their wits for women, become servants for their sake, and we see it every day. Like we see shoot. That's why yeah, that's like the Brother Chronicles used to say, you never fall in love, man, because this love, you're in something, like you're in a trance, you're in something, you're in trance or something, you're like, it's like a drug, like it's idolatry, man. Don't do that, man, because you'll run out your wits. Like that's why Sirach 11 Sirach goes into like wine and women cause men to understand and fall away, and we seen that with with Solomon, things of that nature. So if it can happen to him, how it can happen with us. And that was the second most wisest man ever walked. So that's why I don't put anybody above what is written. But anyway, man. But I want to focus on this in this angle. This is, but I want to focus on more the latter part. It says, yeah, many have ran their wits for women and have become servants for their sake. But I want to focus on this, how this relates to Yahushua in the aspect, man. Because I'm just more of like going to how there's no natural man is going to put up with that, man. How this even, let's go to Philippians 2, because going to being servants for their sake, man, because he came, he served his women, man, but it's crazy, but the natural man wouldn't. Well, I'm just gonna get into it, man, because I just want y'all to focus on when I bring that out with the latter part of that, man, because let's go Philippians 2 real quick. Philippians 2 and 7, he says, but he made himself of no reputation, and took upon him the form of a servant, and was made in the likeness of man. So yeah, man, exactly. That's why, I was telling that he said the chiefest must be his servants. He washes disciples. He one first and foremost, like I always say, he did this for the Most High Yahushua, for their name's sake, because we polluted the name, pursuant to Psalms and in Ezekiel 36, he said, listen, I do my for not my name's sake, because who I am. Because that's what the difference between that's what the Most High Yahushua is. And certain people got like that. Listen, I'm Jews on strength. That's who I am, whether you hear or not. That's how the Most High Yahushua is. But he lived his life for other people, man. That's why even that DMX one time, he said, listen, you judge a man by not what he just does for himself, but what he does for others, man. That's a fact. But he says come servants for their sake. But I'm looking at this servants because in contextually, that servant is just different in First Esdras and Philippians. But I'm just looking at this because he came to serve, he came to serve his woman pretty much, and that's Jeremiah 6 and 2. But but this is going into how a natural man wouldn't deal with that, man, because us natural man, we're not going to deal with constant disrespect from a woman at all. Not for you, but unless you're the context of that, unless you're the actual context of that first Ezra 4, become going out your wish from a woman and worshiping her as a god, and actually being an actual simp for that nature. That's what because a bit like I touched on before, being a simp, that's not giving a woman flowers. That's not actually loving your woman. This is when you that's when you let her pretty much do whatever she. It's pretty much when the love is not, and the love and respect is not reciprocated. That's when it's a simp. It's okay, you're doing all this for her, and she's just not doing anything when that love is not reciprocated. That's a simp. And if you look it up, that's what it is, man. Because I know brother in the one I think he was probably one of those red pill or make child brothers, because that's what I was getting off at in the comment section. He kind of was trying to argue with me, but it is what it is. It's wish nothing but the best for that brother. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure. I don't even forgot what it is. But when I did that video a while back of overused words simp, I think somebody came in the comment section. But it is what it is. It ain't that deep. But yeah, man, it's just that's actual. That's what that is. It says, yeah, there be many that have run out their wish for women and become servants for their sake. Now but other than that, man, natural man is not going to deal with that. But in the context of the scripture, that's what a man. Other than that, in the actual symbols, that's what's going to do. But natural man's not going to deal with that. But I'm just going to show you the patience, the mercy, and long suffering of the Most High Yahushua, man, because because like I say, he became servant, like he served his woman, things of that nature. But not any other woman, but just a stiff necked rebellious woman, like and then the Most High also say, yeah, listen, y'all was like that from the jump. So that just goes to show you the greatness, because no natural man is going to do that. Like it's not, I'm not going to constantly deal with this unless they're actual simple, unless they like one that they're actual simple, or one that they don't have nowhere to go, because certain times certain brothers end up in certain situations like they had nowhere to go, and they constantly like they're at their woman's mercy because they can't leave because of due to financial stuff, the current situations, they might have legal stuff going on, they had to stay with this woman. So so yeah, so it's like, and some other factors too. So that's what it is. But no natural man is just going to deal with that, or of respect for that manner is going to deal with that, man. But that just goes to show you the greatness and the long suffering, the mercy of the Most High Yahushua, man. Because let's get this Exodus 32:9, because yeah, man. Because Exodus 32:9 says, it says, and the Lord said unto Moses, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff necked people. Yeah, it's a stiff necked rebellious woman since the jump, since I first met you, and he been dealing with us since the beginning, since we started, man. Not it's actually since the beginning, but since we began at nations, he's been dealing with us. But long suffering, slow to wrath, patient. His mercy is his mercy, his, like First John says, his mercy is his heart is bigger than ours. Like Sarah 18 says, his mercy is upon his mercy is upon all flesh, all the nations, for the world, for constantly blaspheming like the Most High His name is the mercy is upon all the flesh. But even it says wife, man, it's like, listen, he's very patient. That's when Nahum 1 and 3 goes into, but which I'm probably gonna get soon. But yeah, let's get that Deuteronomy 31 and 2 real quick, 27. I'm sorry. Yeah, man, that's going to show you no natural man will deal with this, man. That's the point I'm really trying to make. That's why it says in First John, his heart is bigger than ours. He's just and Deuteronomy 31 and verse 27, it says, verse Deuteronomy 31:27. For I know thy rebellion and thy stiff neck. Behold, while I am yet alive with you this day, ye have been rebellious against the Lord. And how much more after my death? So yeah, this is Moses before. Yeah, this is Moses. Because Moses even knew, listen, I've been with y'all 40 years. Y'all, these people knew the same thing. But y'all, they gonna do the same thing. With Joshua, we slightly got it right, but even still with that, you had Achan, things of that nature. But even with that, that's why Joshua 24:31 says, listen, all the days of Joshua, even the elders after that, we serve the Lord. But then after that, judges and stuff like that, even on to the time of King David, and even that had corruption. We've been doing the same thing, man. So this is what it is. But the Most High Yahshua has been patient, whereas the long suffering, because that's just who they are, man. It's more of who they are rather than us. That's why, we can't a lot of times live in that utopian, mindset and mind frame of that we are all righteous. No, man, listen, it's I'm of the standpoint like Jeremiah 16:12. We worse than our fathers, but also as well. But listen, we can't glamorize that because one, we're no better than them, honestly. That's why I say. But also too, man, we always wasn't righteous too. We haven't been in captivity over our history over the years. If that was the case, so So it is what it is. But the point being is that no natural man would deal with all this stuff, honestly. Because natural man is, listen, I'm done. I'm not dealing with you. I'm about done. I'm actually man of respect and that respects himself. But the Most High Yahushua, they do. But it's like, listen, but listen, it's more of one. We're benefiting, like Deuteronomy 9:27. We're benefiting off our forefathers Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. We're benefiting off and other prophets. We're benefiting off of their righteousness, and also too, the Most High is a man of His word, so He's not going to do that. Because that's what that second Ezra about. He's on the verge of doing it, but he's like, listen, know it. I remember even too, it's pockets of that. Exodus 32, second Ezra, it's pockets of that. But it's like, listen, I'm a man of my word. So listen. So yeah, man, that just goes into how a natural man's not going to deal with all that, man. So let me get this Nahum real quick. Nahum chapter 1 verse 3. And the Lord is slow to anger, great in power, and will not acquit the wicked. The Lord hath his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. So yeah, man. So it says the Lord is slow to anger, like great, exactly, man. So that's is what it is. That's what I can tell. We've been like, in the words of the late Charles Murphy, we've been habitual line steppers, man. Because he's slow to anchor. Like that's in Exodus 34:6 and Numbers 14:8. It tells you how merciful. That's who he is. But he's like the brother Simon first said, like he's all these things. But listen, he's not a sucker though. He's not not gonna constantly play in my face. He's not gonna constantly do that. No, that's why That's what it is. Like I remember on DMX on what's it with the song Mary J. Blige on Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood. He said with Mary J. Blige coming from, he said, listen, I could be a beast or I could be a gentleman. That's how the Most High is. Listen, I could be that. Because remember Ezekiel 18, it's in 2 Peter, like listen, he takes no pleasure in those that die. Like though he doesn't know. He said, listen, Israel, I'd rather y'all live. I'd rather y'all shoot. Even for all nations, listen, I'd rather this world in righteousness. I'd rather y'all live. But listen, but y'all not just gonna do what y'all want though. Y'all not gonna do that. So. What it is, what it is. Let me get this Sirach 18 and 18 real quick. It says, the mercy of man is towards his neighbor, but the mercy of the Lord is upon all flesh. He nurtureth and teacheth and bringeth as a shepherd his flock. Yeah, exactly, man. So that's just what it is, man. So, that's how merciful he is, and that's why his heart, that's why 1 John 3 says what it says. His heart is bigger than ours. It says, 1 John 3 and 20, he says, for our heart condemneth us, but I'm sorry, 1 John 3 and 20 says, for if our heart condemn us, Yahweh is greater than our heart. He knoweth all things. Exactly, man. So, yeah, man, that's just is what it is, man. It's true. So, but I'm just making a point, man. No natural man, just like the video I did about house shot, man. Knowing because a lot of times too, watching those movies Donnie Brasco or In Too Deep with LL Cool J, Omar Epps, or with the Donnie Brasco or something like that. Because had they knew what's going, had they knew what's come the whole time, they had a Fed that was that was tracking them, man. That they knew it was Fed. That was that was undercover the whole time. They would have, had they knew about it. They would pop them. They would have killed them. They would kill Johnny Depp's character. Got killed earlier, or Omar Epps' character in the movie got killed earlier. But I said to say, man, even other movies as well, even in real life, that happened. They certain guys even New Jack City with Scotty Apple. That's what I see character name, and Nino Brown. Had he knew that, he would kill them earlier, man. But But I said to say that goes to show you how your house shot is different, man. Because he knew Judas the whole time was like that. Judas the whole time was going to betray him. He knew it, but he still went through with it. That's why no natural man, no natural man would deal with certain things, man. That's why natural man can't deal with certain things the Most High house shall deal with, man. And that's why I was actually watching the other day. I might touch on that later, Lord willing. The Bruce Almighty movie, man. It with Morgan Freeman and and Jim Carrey. That's crazy that they had Morgan Freeman play the Most High when he's the biggest one of the biggest atheists ever. But it is what it is. But and also too, they had actually that's all the reason they had him as the Most High, because pursuant to scripture. But it is what it is. But in the movie though, he goes into Jim. He said Jim Carrey, he said because this will never happen. But Morgan Freeman in the movie plays he deals with, because Jim Carrey, in the movie, he blasts and he gets fired from his job, and he pretty much said Proverbs 19:3, he blames the Lord for his problems that he's going on, and until the Most High in the movie played by Morgan Freeman, he talks to him. He said, okay, listen, and he actually the Most High Morgan Freeman in the movie, he gives Morgan Freeman the power. He says, no, I'm gonna let you be me. I'm gonna let you be me for a time period, see if you can handle it. But in majority 90% of the hearts of men, he said, he just did things that to benefit him. He didn't do it until and pretty much until the Morgan Freeman tells him, he said, listen, you did all these things to make your life easier. You got yourself a new car, you got your other people fired from your job, promotion, things of that nature, but you did nothing for nobody else. So that's what it is too. And that's the problem too. Just and let me say this too. I said to say, listen, a lot of times too. That's what I'm going back to the women thing. Listen, a lot of times, man, what brothers have to understand, it's all a reflection of things, man. Because these most of the times that as prophecy unfolds and things of that nature, these women out here, they want to be men. They don't want to be like helpmeets and actual wives anymore. They want to be damn they want to be a man. That's what the WNBA is about, and that's what we see in these different propagandas going on, these different ideologies. That's that prophecy though, Jeremiah 31 and 22, and that's what especially for our people, that's at Isaiah 3 and 12 and 2 Edges 5 and 8. But we seen all that too with our people, things in it. We're just in general as well with just women in general. That's all prophecy. So that's why we're seeing these different philosophies, ideologies, and divine feminine and mother goddess worship. We're seeing that and because these women, they damn near, that's what, Shadowberg Chronicles of Judah, because he said, listen, all the whole quote-unquote feminist movement is I wish I was a man movement. And that's all it is, because, it's more of a power thing. They just want the power. They don't actually want to be a man. They just want the power of that, man. It's just but it's all a reflection of, that's why I was in at the school work at, I take the students to the library, but, they're training children up in from young, man. I was at the library. I noticed this book there, and I didn't I didn't really pick it up and read, but I just seen it there. It's called Little Feminists. I'm like, listen, they're training they're training them up from youth with all these ideologies, things in nature. They're trying to program the youth from all up and now. That's why they have different transgenders coming in schools. They got books like that, Little Feminists, and these different, even in sports world, things of that nature. Even in TV and movies, things of that nature, they're having all this divine feminine. One, they having homosexuality and all this feminist stuff, divine feminine, mother goddess worship. Because it's the same thing that's going on in the ancient world, nothing new. But they're having that now to pollute the minds of the younger generation. But I said to say as far as the women part, just like women, they would damn near want to be man, or they want the power man. It's the same thing with man that wants to be the damn you want to be God, things of that nature. That's why it's all a reflection of things, man. So it is what it is with that, man. So hopefully it's edifying. I just wanted to touch on that, man. So yeah, man, I don't really got nothing else to say. I probably did, but I forgot. So anyway, peace.